Hey y'all, what's good beautiful people? It's your girl Tay and I'm here yet again with another update video. So definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video you will be notified. So I'm sorry if you guys are hearing the little knick-knack paddywhacks, all that little banging and stuff. They are doing some work on an apartment within this complex, trying to get it ready for whoever the new tenant is going to be. And considering the fact that they're going to be working probably until 4 or 5 p.m., I did not want to wait that long to do this video. So jumping right into things, let me see here. Where is it? There was some information that came out regarding this new infrastructure spending bill that President Biden is trying to get passed. Now, originally, when they first started talking about this spending bill, it was supposed to be between $3 to $4 trillion. Then it went down to like $2.1 trillion. Then they had a counteroffer that was given to them by the Republicans that was around between 500 and 600, I think, billion or something like that. Now, an article was released talking about Biden is to propose a $6 trillion budget. Now, come on now. They're saying that this is the largest budget plan since World War II. Now, unfortunately, I definitely don't think that he's going to have very much support on this. I mean, with the other spending bills, I know that they're supposed to be spending it over a period of time. And that's one of the biggest things that the new United States Treasury Secretary was saying. I think her name is Janet Yellen, but she was explaining that this is not something that's going to be spent within the course of 1 year. This is something that's going to be spent out with over the course of several years. So right now we're at a $1 trillion deficit. It says the deficit only exceeded that level in the 4-year period following the Great Recession, and again after the pandemic slammed the economy. Rather than find a path to sustainable debt, the plan would increase the country's debt burden to 117% of the gross domestic product by the end of the decade, exceeding its World War II record in 2024. Okay, now again, I'm all for spending money and getting things taken care of that needs to be taken care of, but even this concerns me. $6 trillion. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how y'all gonna pay it out. There isn't enough taxes. You can't raise enough taxes. There isn't enough things that you can do, that you can pull even from all the rich people in America to cover this amount of money. So I'm definitely concerned about that, but you know, y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Now, I had spoke to you guys originally about them trying to pass this bill that would make it fair for both women and men to make the same amount of money doing the same job. Okay, says the U.S. House with the U.S. House. I don't know what's going on with my brain as of lately. I don't know if it's lack of sleep or whatever. But the United States House, with bipartisan support, which is always a good thing, and a vote of 217 to 210, passed the Paycheck Fairness Act, a stunning victory in the fight for fair pay. Now it is in the hands of the Senate. Equal pay has been a long issue in the United States. For those of you guys who don't know what this is, so basically what they've been talking about is the mere fact, I don't understand the fact that women make less money working the same position as a guy. And it doesn't matter what that position is. It could be a woman being a construction worker, it could be a woman being a police officer, it can be a woman being a doctor, a man being a doctor, it could be a woman being a secretary, man being a secretary. For the most part, where it counts in those high paying jobs, I'm going to say most likely in those high paying jobs, women tend to make less money even if they are qualified and deserve more, just based off of their gender. And I'm definitely against that. So it says, each year we note Equal Pay Day, which denotes how far into the new year women must work to be paid what men were paid during the previous year. Equal Pay Day for all women in 2021 was actually March 24th. So if you guys didn't get a chance to celebrate that, celebrate it every day, because I think that everybody should be paid what they're due, paid what they're worth. You know what I mean? If you've got all of the credentials and you've got all of the experience and you've got the knowledge and the know-how, then I don't see why your gender should prohibit you from making the amount of money that you deserve. At the end of the day, you know, the reality of the situation now is what they're finding when they're doing all this research is not only that women are paid far less than men, but the reality that most women are now the breadwinners, or there's a lot more single moms out there that are taking care of their household. So it makes it a lot more difficult for a single mom to raise her family when she's being lowballed in terms of her pay, her salary, right? So This is definitely a good thing. It says occupational segregation is when one gender is overrepresented in a particular sector or field and accounts for as much as 51% of the gap between women's and men's wages. Workers in female-dominated fields are paid lower salaries than workers in male-dominated fields, even when the job requires the same level of skill, education, and training. Okay, the good thing is that they have passed this act, so I'm definitely excited to see what that is going to look like in the future. Okay, so especially me, I recently, if I did mention it to you guys, I recently graduated this year. At the beginning of this year in January, I received my bachelor's degree in science and healthcare administration, and I'm very anxious to get out there and start utilizing that degree. But I'm also extremely excited to be able to negotiate, I feel like, more fairly, receiving a salary that best suits my skills and my experience. Okay, now, something I did want to tell you guys about, I had actually found this and then forgot about it. I think I looked over this article, but we have got, this state is also giving out some more stimulus to its residents. It says millions of Americans have called for the federal government to dole out additional stimulus checks. If you guys didn't know, there was a petition that was going around. I think as of right now, it has gotten over how many signatures? I can't remember, but I think it's gotten over 2,000. I can't remember. I think that's the amount of money, but I know there was a petition that is going on right now where they want to do the reoccurring stimulus checks, and there was a petition that has been signed, and it has gotten a lot of support. Now, I'm not exactly sure if that is going to mean anything, if that is actually going to boost them. Here it is. More than 2.2 million people have signed an online petition calling for 2,000 recurring monthly payments. Okay, so the fact that that is gaining so much speed, of course, people want reoccurring payments, and I don't think that it should be anything that's just too much. I don't think that they should be paying people $4,000 a month, and I definitely don't think that it should be something that should go on for 5 or 10 years. I think that maybe a year or two to get everyone who has really slipped through the cracks and falling behind can really afford and benefit from receiving $1,000 to $2,000 a month. There were some cities, I told you guys, in California that started trying to do this universal basic income, and they did it kind of as a pilot program, meaning testing it out, and they only paid $500 a month, I believe. So I don't think that it has to be large amounts of money. I do think that they need to expand it, because in those programs, it was like they were only accepting applications for a certain amount of people. That does no good for the whole state, the whole city, the whole county, or whatever it is. You can't say I'm going to give $500 to only 100 people while the other thousands of people suffer. You know what I mean? So I do think that they need to figure out how they can do it where it doesn't accumulate too much more in terms of the deficit for our spending bill. But anyways, we've got North Carolina. North Carolina residents may actually receive another stimulus check from their Governor Roy Cooper, okay, if it goes through. It says Cooper, a Democrat, proposed this week that North Carolina's government give out direct payments of up to $500 to numerous North Carolina residents. The governor has called the plan the Extra Credit Grant 2.0 and is pushing to continue a program that Republicans in North Carolina's General Assembly approved last September to provide $335. So last year they gave $335 to more than 1 million households in North Carolina. That was the state's separate stimulus from what the federal government was giving. Now they want to push that even further, and they want to give $500. He says the recommendation invests $250 million in grants to low and middle income families with children to help alleviate widespread financial hardship across the state. The state will distribute grants of $250 or $500 to eligible families, with lower income families eligible for the higher amount. Okay, so this came out, of course, not too long ago. It says under the proposal, a single person earning around $15,000 or less annually will receive the full $500, while a couple filing jointly and earning up to $30,000 could earn the full $500. Individuals earning up to $30,000 or couples earning up to $60,000 annually would receive only $250 in payments. Okay. They've cut this and wanted to do an income limit, of course, because they want to make sure that the money goes out to whom they believe needs it the most. Okay. It says, as with most budget issues, some of Governor Cooper's proposal will have support and some will not. We appreciate the governor for engaging with us on his recommendations over the past week as we continue to work to appropriate state and federal funds. Okay, so this is coming from the GOP lawmakers. They're basically saying, you know, it's a possibility, may or may not. We just kind of got to see what's going on. They don't know. But at the end of the day, I like it. $500 may be coming to y'all in North Carolina. I definitely think that that's good. I've been saying this, though. All states need to do it. I think that if anything, with all of these plans, now don't get me wrong, this infrastructure bill is supposed to be steered towards specific things: transportation, bridges, ports, that kind of stuff. I get that. You know what I mean? I don't know if education and healthcare is a part of the infrastructure plan. I don't know if that's considered traditional infrastructure. But for the most part, I do understand the fact that if this is what infrastructure is supposed to fund, then you want to focus on those key factors. However, if possible, I would like to see the White House start talking about other possible bills that could help to fund these programs. Now, most states have been given funds from the federal government from the last stimulus package that came out. It'll be interesting to see how every state doles out that money, because they have a certain amount of time to use that money before they have to turn it back over to the government as unused funds. Okay, so I think that all states should just kind of give stimulus. It doesn't have to be large amounts of money. The moment, I feel like the moment you say give stimulus bill or give more direct payments, the automatic assumption is that we're asking you to give everybody $10,000 each. While that would be nice, it's unrealistic. We know that that's unrealistic for the most part. I know it's unrealistic, but I do think that it's possible that you guys can do $500, $600 if you have the money. You know what I mean? If the funds are available. People are suffering. People are starving. And at the end of the day, it's going to take you guys 6 months to 8 months to get the money dispersed anyway. It's going to take, after you even approve the plan, it's still going to take you an additional 6 to 8 months. So it's honestly like you're not giving it at all. I would think that within that 6 to 8 month time that you guys are trying to figure out how you want to distribute the funds, that you've come up with a way to make that money back or cut down on that deficit or whatever. You know what I mean? Always have a backup plan. Always be analyzing what the next step is. Always be looking for a way to move forward without falling 10 steps back. I don't get why they're not thinking like this in the Capitol. I'm not a damn politician, but it is what it is. Now, just a quick side note. I got a comment from someone. They were, I think it's a new subscriber, and they basically mentioned that they felt like I invaded my kids' privacy by going into their room. My older kids, I did a vlog this past weekend or whatever, and I put it up there, and I went into my older kids' room, and they said that they felt like, let me just say something about this. While I do appreciate and I understand and accept that everybody has their own opinions and all that, there is no privacy in my house. No child pays bills. They don't own the right to privacy. They have to earn those rights, and I don't think that was an invasion of her privacy. She didn't even know I was there because she had headphones on her head. Not coming for you, you know what I mean? I'm not angry or upset, because the moment I say something, people think that I'm upset. I'm not upset, but that's the way I was raised. Ain't no privacy in my house. You want privacy, that you get privacy when you move out, when you start paying your own bills. But in this household where I take care of everything, ain't no privacy. I have rights to open and look at everything and anything. I'm not a new age parent. I do believe that you should give children your space, and they get plenty of that. They stay in their room pretty much all day, and the only time they come out is when I call them for dinner. You know what I mean? So me going in there for 5 minutes, I don't think is going to be detrimental to their emotional health. But anyways, moving on. I got a couple of you commenting that for October, you were, not October, for Ohio, the state of Ohio, you guys are supposed to get your benefits, I believe, on the 27th, which was yesterday, or is it today? But you didn't see it. So I'm going to flip the camera around and pull up the emergency SNAP max allotments. Plus, we have some new months, some more states that have been approved for the month of June. So I'm going to go over that with you guys really quickly, all right? So give me 1 second. All right, you guys, really quickly. So here we go. These are the emergency maximum SNAP allotments for the month of June. So we have a couple of more states. I think there's probably one more I know Colorado definitely wasn't on the list yesterday. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. But anyway, we're going to go over them. So as of right now, for the month of June, we have Colorado, D.C., Hawaii, Iowa, Kansas, Maine, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, New Jersey, North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Now, really quickly, I want to look at Ohio, like I said, because there were a lot of people that, or a couple of people that said that they did not get their benefits. So we're going to look at May extension right here and see what date, because maybe I said it wrong. So I just want to verify that I gave you guys the correct information. All right, so here we go right here. Let me highlight it so that you guys can see where I'm reading my information. So as you can see, it says for Ohio right here, and this is for the month of May. Emergency allotments issuance dates. It says Ohio. I'm starting right here. Ohio will not provide May emergency allotments with the regular issuance schedule. All allotments are expected to be issued on May 27, 2021. Any application for May approved after the 27th of May will require the worker to do a manual supplement after approving the application. So that just basically means that any house that does not already have a SNAP case open, that don't currently receive EBT benefits, and they apply and their application is approved for benefits after the 27th of May, it means that the worker on that case will have to manually add the emergency SNAP allotments if they're not already getting the maximum amount. And it should be available, I want to say, the day after approval. Emergency allotment supplements for households are approved after May 27, 21 are issued the day after approval so that the approval notice reflects the correct ongoing amount. Then when the supplement is issued, the following day, the notice indicates it is a supplement for that month only. Okay, so yeah, basically, like I said, those benefits will be available the next day for those who get their applications approved after this date, which is the 27th. So I'm not exactly sure why some of you guys didn't get them. This is the information that is on the website for United States Department of Agriculture. You guys are welcome to check your state's Facebook site, or if there is an app dedicated to emergency SNAP benefits or regular SNAP benefits, you can check there as well to see if there is a different date. All right, but as always, you guys, on that note, I hope this information was in some way helpful or useful to you guys. If you find this information useful, at the very least entertaining to you in some way, shape, or form, just definitely smash that like button, you guys, because it definitely lets YouTube know that you guys like what I'm doing. And on that note, I'm going to say, remember to live, love, and elevate, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Peace, beautiful people.